Myra Hindley was the babysitter every parent in Manchester wanted to hire. The kind of young woman who seemed sensible and responsible, good with children, the sort you could trust completely. 5 children would be lured away because of that trust, and none of them ever came home. Born in 1942, Hindley grew up in a cramped Manchester home where her father drank heavily and threw punches at her mother. He also taught his daughter to fight back, and at 8 years old, when a neighborhood boy scratched her face, her father told her to find him and make him pay. She did, putting the boy on the ground without hesitation. When Hindley was 15, her friend Michael drowned after she turned down his invitation to swim that afternoon. The guilt from his death stayed with her for years, pushing her toward Catholicism and changing something fundamental in her. She started bleaching her hair around this time too, reinventing herself in small ways that would accelerate later. By 17, she had gotten engaged, only to call it off because marriage seemed impossibly dull to her. She applied to join the military, but never mailed the application, and she talked about moving to America without ever buying a plane ticket. Myra Hindley was waiting for something to happen to her life, though she had no idea what that something would be. In Glasgow, a boy named Brady was growing up unwanted and increasingly violent. His mother had handed him off to strangers and visited less with each passing year, and by his teenage years he was hurting animals and attacking other children. He set a dog on fire and landed in Manchester after his 3rd arrest, where he spent his free time reading about Nazi atrocities in the writings of the Marquis de Sade. Hindley walked through Brady's workplace for a job interview in December of 1960 and later said she had never believed people actually fell head over heels until that moment. Brady ignored her completely, and for an entire year she watched him from across the office, writing about him obsessively in her diary, desperate for him to notice her. At a Christmas party, he finally walked her home and asked her out. But what followed between them was less a romance than a complete transformation of who Myra Hindley was. Brady introduced her to his obsessions with Hitler and de Sade, telling her that nothing was wrong and that there was no God. She stopped attending church, started dressing how he wanted in short skirts and long boots, and began locking away her books and belongings in ways that alarmed her sister. 7 months into their relationship, they claimed their first victim together. In July of 1963, a 16-year-old named Pauline Reed was walking to a local dance when Hindley pulled up in a van. Pauline knew her from the neighborhood, so when Hindley smiled and offered a ride, asking for help finding a lost glove on Saddleworth Moor, Pauline climbed in without hesitation. Brady attacked her on that moor, and Pauline never left it. On the drive home, Hindley and Brady passed Pauline's mother searching the streets for her missing daughter. Over the next 2 years, 3 more children vanished, all of them taken to that same stretch of moorland. 12-year-old John Kilbride disappeared 4 months after Pauline. 12-year-old Keith Bennett was taken the following June, and his remains have never been recovered despite decades of searching. On Boxing Day of 1964, they took 10-year-old Leslie Ann Downey from a fairground and brought her back to their home rather than to the moor. Brady wanted souvenirs this time, so they photographed her and recorded her final moments on tape. Leslie's voice is captured on that recording, screaming and begging to go home to her mother, while Hindley's voice can be heard telling her to shut up. Their 5th victim was 17-year-old Edward Evans, lured to their house in October of 1965. This time, Hindley's brother-in-law, David Smith, was present and heard screaming from the kitchen, where he found Brady standing over the teenager with an axe. Terrified into helping clean up the scene, Smith waited until sunrise and then called the police. A luggage ticket hidden inside a prayer book led investigators to a storage locker containing photographs of Leslie Ann Downey bound in Hindley's bedroom, along with the audio tape. Police needed Leslie's mother, Ann, to identify her daughter's voice, forcing her to listen to every second of the recording. Before the trial, detectives played that tape for hardened war veterans and crime reporters, and grown men wept openly. Brady was convicted for what happened to 3 of the children, Hindley for 2. In 1987, both of them admitted to taking Pauline Reed and Keith Bennett, and they led police back to the moor where Pauline's remains were finally recovered. Keith has never been found. Hindley spent the rest of her life campaigning for release, and when she died in 2002, 20 undertakers refused to handle her cremation. What endures most is that mugshot, the bleached hair and the empty stare of the babysitter everyone had trusted. The woman who recorded a child begging for her mother and kept the tape. Thanks for watching with us. We hope you enjoyed this story. Please like and subscribe if you would like to hear more facts, mysteries, and myths.